It's the lyrical recipe, lyrical ecstasy. Hearing no less from me, I accept and expect no less than the best. And inject intellect without disrespect. Come on, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe with it, vibe with it. Cool, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe with it, vibe with it. It's like an epidemic, pop star gimmick. Hit it, get it, then realize that you in it and you're finished. Whole dream diminished. See, I play the season, y'all have a scrimmage. I spit with reason, y'all hit the image. But I believe the dream has no limits. I believe that's the whole reason we live it. But they don't get it, they like it's not right, is it? No visit, hip hop here to stay, no shit. We gonna get it, new improved music, move and groove with it. Choose who you get with. I smack rap like against two hoes. My flow hard like
refresh that page, Facebook.
On individuals, when anything goes. I play a pick 'em like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Got soul, got so much funk up in the rap, I should pack a fat bowl. Y'all should kick back, relax, and just roll with me, vibe with me, roll with me, vibe with me, roll with me, come on and vibe with me. Hip hop ain't dead, just keep it alive with me. Cool, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe. Let's just do what we came to do, just vibe with it, vibe with it. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth.
Get ready to go live. What's up? I had to reset, reconnect. It's out of body heat. Had to refresh that page, y'all. Separate those episodes. We working it out. Come on, come on, come on. Be cool. Sights out of body heat. Morning coffee. Good morning, y'all.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Let's get down on the good news train. Have your morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Get the 311 before the morning's done. Laugh until you cry. You can always rely on morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Morning coffee with Mario.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mario, the show that comes to you live and unscripted every Monday at 10 a.m. We are here to remind you that you are still alive and breathing. What can I say? And everybody, give it up for my partner in crime over there, Victor Allen, working three switchers. Live on there.
Hey, respect those vets today, you guys. You know what it's about. Respect.
Well, that's right, Veterans Day.
Yes, sir. You need to honor, bow, because they put it on the front lines, man.
And you know what's so amazing is that for most of us, we have some veterans in our family. And even those of us who have opposed so many of the political actions of the United States, this is a time we come together to honor our veterans. Even as a leftist, I've got a bunch of family members involved in the U.S. military. There's a history there. So for many of us, even though it's a political time, that we sort of set it aside, because what we want to do is honor those veterans, the sacrifices they have made in giving their lives, their health, all of that toward the defending of us. So once again, God bless our veterans.
Yep.
That's why we want to give you some health care. That's why we.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we. Hey, that's the whole point. Why we want to give you some health care because we want to back our love of veterans up with some money.
I don't understand why they just don't have it automatic when they say this is what you're going to get because you're stepping up. It's okay to sit back and question some things, but I think it's automatic, man. To me, putting it on the line, I can't say anything else, man. I hope everybody's doing wonderful. It's hot. No, LA is not burning, but we feel for those families. Statewide, what's happening with those fires, which is unbelievable because it's not as much acreage. It's the devastation to homes, buildings, and infrastructures. And still, they're afraid that their number is going to go up. So, hey, I'm wishing well for everyone, no matter what your background, no matter what you do. I can't imagine one day walking out your home, the next day all of a sudden you have no home. And we experienced that Friday with a fan and a friend of ours with Jose Venegas going, not only did I lose my apartment, it got burned, but where I go to work, it burned down.
It's amazing we're all affected. And Vic, we have been affected before. I know personally, my father's house burnt up in the Baldwin Hills fire here in Los Angeles. And I remember calling him up and he was watching stuff on television and just the whole loss and how helpless you feel when you lose those things, those mementos. Right. It's funny the things you lose in a house fire.
Right.
A lot of stuff can be replaced.
Right.
But it's the stuff you can't replace, like the pictures, the mementos, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Those things actually hurt you. So much love to all of our people out there who are attempting to deal with this. We know that it's a very difficult thing, and we just want to say, bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Definitely.
Difficult thing. Monday morning, you guys, it's been a crazy week indeed. A lot of stuff has been happening. I guess that's part of the reason why, I lay out this broadcast, but I end up having to tear it up or change it up because so much has happened. We start out, terrible shooting here in Los Angeles. Another shooting.
Right.
I think I heard somewhere online that it was over 300 victims.
Yeah.
300 shootings. Not 300 victims, 300 shootings.
Right.
300 mass shootings here in the United States. And I even found I found a piece that I put up on Facebook, and it says, last year, guns killed 48 people in Japan, 8 people in Great Britain, 34 people in Switzerland, 52 people in Canada, 58 people in Israel, 21 in Sweden, 42 in West Germany, and 10,728 in the U.S.
That's embarrassing.
10,728 people killed in the U.S. from gunfire. So I guess that's the time it's becoming. Something is going to happen. The shit is hitting the fan, as we say. And so from what we understand, as the Democrats take the House, one of the things that they're gearing up is for a full court press on gun control. So
wow.
We're going to be talking about that. In today's news, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the NRA telling doctors to stay in their lane. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the things coming up with gun control. And now that we have seen the House taken control by the Democrats, what this actually could mean. Because it could mean some things. We just have to see. Okay. It's amazing today the way people respond to you, and being an old school brother, I appreciate a lot of the new school ways. I'm not one of those old school dudes that's like, back in my day, it was this. No, I think it's continually getting better. So I'm enjoying the new day, Vic. But I can tell you, Vic, there's a certain frankness that today's women are reaching out and speaking to me. Because take a look at this picture right here. There's a very, because I get kind of different kind of commentaries from folks. So this one young lady, gorgeous, who cracks me up is when they're gorgeous. She says, wow, this picture of you look just like a dick.
What? Okay.
And that's why I had to tell you, Vic, because she was gorgeous and they're young. And they just speak so matter of fact. At first, you don't know if they're insulting you, but she was really making conversation and laughing. And at first, I was like, I didn't know what to take. And then I looked at it, I said, well, it does kind of look like a dick, doesn't it?
Okay, wait a minute. Wait.
My man bun, y'all.
Okay, you're talking about the actual physical look, not that you behave.
I guess the hat, this part.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
She was going there.
She was saying that my head with this hat on.
So what does that tell you?
It tells me that my head with this hat on looks like a dick to some people.
It tells me she wish upon what
I have
you
to
look
share
like.
this.
Wait a minute. So you didn't take the message from her that she's going, I'm sitting on a message, I'm shooting it over the bow to you. And you didn't take that to
Vic, at first you don't know if she's insulting you. See, that's what I'm saying at first. And I've learned this because, Vic, it's come up over and over again.
Right.
Women say shit to me online now, especially the young ones. I don't know how to take it.
Yeah.
But they're actually being friendly. Friendly.
That's what I was getting to.
I know they are. I'm just like,
saying.
But someone says your head looks like a dick. Someone tells you, fellas, I'm just saying, fellas out there, help me out. Maybe it's me. Fellas, if a young lady says to you, after looking at this picture, which I admit it's a crazy picture, because PMC said I look like a Smurf. My brother said I look like Marge Simpson.
Wow.
But if a cutie pie says, your head, you look like a dick. First I was thinking, what kind of dicks you been having? But we all. So anyway, but it wasn't a negative. It was not a negative. I was just sharing it with you all because it was a funny moment and I didn't know how to take it. And this is the way people are friendly with you. They say these things. So take a look, you guys. Here it is. The continuation of the man bun. Now, part of the reason why the man bun is continuing is this shit is so tight. Nicola did this stuff so tight. It's like forged in steel.
Right.
So I put on the nightcap, which makes me look like a, phallus, whatever. And then it's lasting. So I got my hair done last Wednesday.
Right.
And I'm still sporting the man bun. And I want you to know, even though I myself, I'm not so sure how I feel about the man bun. Yes, I admit I like the attention I've been getting. I've been getting a lot of attention. And I like that attention, so thank you. Yes, I'm giving it. I'm going to whore myself out hair-wise. Because the women say they do it. Women say they wear their hair a certain way because the men like it. But you hear them say that all the time. I do this because this is what the men like, right? Well, this is Mario wearing my hair a certain way because the women like it.
Right. I think you got one opinion. Let it lay it at the one. See, the one is.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
That means.
What does that mean?
Isn't the philosophy that you go like this? People will go, you get 10,000 compliments, but if you the one criticism, why do you focus so much on that? So what I'm doing is the invert of that. So you have somebody that says you look like a D, and I'm saying, well,
what?
A D. See, I'm being respectful of
a
families.
Donut.
Whatever you want to call it. So you're giving her power. You want to give her the power, don't you? Because you're giving her that moment.
I do. I want to give you.
That's right.
I want to give you the power. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, because
it didn't actually feel that same way
right
when I was thinking it, but now that Vic has got it cleared up,
hey, look, man,
I realize I do. That is it. I want to give you the power.
Yeah, pretend like she's sitting with her girls. And she says, here's all the things you could say to men. Be careful of what you say because men can take it and run with it. Everybody knows women have that practice. Be careful, especially online.
I never had a woman tell me my head like a dick.
So her girls are around her going like this. You know what? He or his head looks like a D. Do you think he may take it the wrong way? Notice that she had no problem with that.
No, they didn't. Because they say all kind of crazy shit. This is what I'm noticing. Now that I'm appreciating the wonders of social media and interacting more with my fans who range in age, I'm appreciating the difference. I'm just saying that the young women, y'all got out there, huh? I mean, the people talking the most smack to me are women. They are women. They talk shit. They are talking shit. It's funny, but so there we go.
Better days are ahead.
I'm liking it.
Yep, there you go.
All right, you guys. I posted too on Facebook that I hope you like the videos that I put up when I went to attend the Maxwell concert. I went Saturday night to attend the Maxwell concert live, Microsoft Theater here in Los Angeles. I tried to stream the Facebook Live, a lot of video. My arm got tired, and I was accompanied by Anonymous Date Woman. And I want to thank everybody because people have been responding. Here's a picture of me with red vines, a margarita, and I want you to understand this is the way I do it when I'm out partying. I got my red vines, I got my margarita.
Okay.
And I was out there with Anonymous Date Woman.
Okay.
See, now here's the video. Let's see if I can play the video, Vic.
All right.
Fun. Enjoy Maxwell. No, start all over. Come on. Hey, Mario here at Maxwell with Anonymous Date Girl. Having some fun. Enjoy Maxwell. Like, what row are we in? Like the fifth row. Loving it. Eat some red vines. Peace. See, so yeah, I was out there and people were responding now because they were responding. You know, here's the thing, Vic, and this is what I'm appreciating, okay? Right. So you see the picture of me with Anonymous Date Woman.
Right.
Do you realize I had 4 women share that picture?
Did you find out why?
No, I don't understand why. That's what I'm asking you. I don't get. Okay, I put a picture of me up at the concert, and other people share that picture. Other people shared that picture, Vic. I never had this kind of stuff happen before, so I'm just trying to say. I'm asking you, why would they?
Nice picture.
So they.
Wait a minute. Why can't it just be? That's a nice, wonderful picture. Man out on date with woman at a special concert. Why can't it just be that? There's got to be a conspiracy, right?
No, y'all see. Yes.
Why can't it just be that, man?
Whatever.
Yeah, look, how often do we get to enjoy that Mario Hemsley is out on a wonderful special event, proud, and, you know, hey, I'm here, having a good time. No, there's no criticism, no negative evaluations. There's just you having a good time with red vines and a margarita, an Anonymous Date Woman.
People are laughing or not. See, let me tell you, before y'all start criticizing me for Anonymous Date Woman, I want you to know that the women, the ladies that are my friends, and these are wonderful women who I respect and enjoy them dearly, a bunch of them have a bunch of like hang-ups about being seen. And I'm going like, it depends who they are, but some of them, see, I think if you were my woman, you wouldn't mind being seen, but you don't want to be seen as my date because you think that it just implies you just hanging out with me, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You know, I'm just saying. Anyway, so I went to Maxwell, you guys, so I'm going to show you. I did a bunch of clips. You can go to Facebook, look at the clips that I posted. 5th row center. Thank you, Lord Father, I was blessed. Take a look. I was sitting next to some honey. I had my sweetheart, Anonymous Date Woman. And on the other side, I had these 3 Maxwell fans that was crazy in mind and acting a fool. And I was being a gentleman.
I got you.
Anonymous Date Woman, she's my friend, you know. Let's look at this video, Jackie.
You're my Los Angeles chocolate. Are you ready for some of me?
bless.
Everybody in the balcony say, hey, we gonna do this.
Maxwell Live.
Urban High Street, y'all. Even though she pays me no attention, all I wanna show my affection. Lose myself inside her destiny. She ain't even check. She ain't checking me. She thinks I'm too bougie. She said she likes thuggish boys, the relatives in the tree. She said I wanna take her to a museum. She about to go to a movie. She about to drink some hold on when I wanna shop me. Is it cool with you, Los Angeles? If it's cool, we can do our lips. Let me groove with you, so we can get a lift. Hey, we still alive, y'all. I wanna save us some to the left side. Honeydew, sugar, chocolate, nothing. It's the way something,
Like my arm got tired, y'all. Whenever I go to concert, I'm gonna try to show y'all something.
act like you know, you're so beautiful. Act like you know,
I wish I could have shown y'all that honey was sitting on my left.
did you hear him say that you're so beautiful?
My anonymous day woman, she was looking gorgeous too. Thank you, anonymous day woman. Friend. I am single. Size out the body heat. Morning coffee. Maxwell live at the Microsoft Theater. 5th row. Want you to get some. Share it with my friends. Go on, Maxwell.
Baby, try.
So you guys, that was Maxwell Live. Let me see if I can get out of this. I put it up on Facebook. That's coming to you from Facebook. I put a bunch of the stuff on. There's like 6 videos. In fact, anonymous date woman said to me, you spending so much time shooting videos, how are you watching the concert? And then I said, thank you, anonymous date woman.
In other words, you're not enjoying it, right?
I was enjoying
You
it.
was enjoying
See, this is
it.
what happens when you have your friends and they're the anonymous date woman. They feel compelled always to advise you on your practices. And so I just said, oh, okay, you know what I'd like to do, anonymous date woman, is show these videos to my friends that are following.
Right.
That's why they're not. See, it's hard dating a man who's in the media. See, I'm trying to show you guys. It's hard dating a man that's in the media. People don't like it because you're working. And so that's why sometimes it helps if you date another person. I'm just saying. So when you're out there, in there doing that, then that's what happens. You posting and all that stuff. Okay? All right. So that was my Date World weekend. So coming up today, we have the full show for you guys. In the news section, I told you I'm going to talk a little about the NRA, giving some instructions out to the folks, some commentary on the weekend that we had, and acknowledging that stuff. So, Vic, what do you have for your hot picks and for the new sports?
You know, after that whole exercise in the Anonymous Date Woman series, which I think will be an ongoing series.
But there going to be other anonymous date women.
Yes, it will be.
And
That's what I said.
They're all anonymous.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Anonymous.
I'll just try to follow up because I don't think you can beat that subject. I think that topic to me is the best topic of the day, bar none.
Okay, so let me tell you what's happening to give you guys an update because I live my life in public to an extent, but not trying to be too far. So people, because of the fact that I made the announcements in terms of me looking for a life partner, and so people are hitting me up with, potentials. Now, let me tell you something, you guys. I'm not a player no more. I'm not out there, so I can't do stuff like I have to go slow because I'm not running the streets like the old days. So a bunch of the people that people introducing me to are really cool people. I have to take the time to kind of get to know them. I'm just saying that in a fair way, see, because I'm not like just rolling, running, and doing stuff. So it's a little more, in other words, Vic, it's a little more complicated. I have to take more time because these are some good candidates.
Look, if the problem
nice
is,
candidates.
if your problem is that you have a wonderful choices, man, then you keep going on and struggling with that. If you got wonderful choices,
well, Carla, because one of my friends, Carla, she has a nice person to introduce me to, and here's the thing, I gotta go slow because stuff just happened, and I'm gonna give you guys updates later on. But some of you may not know, or some of you may know, that I'm on Match, right?
Yeah.
So I got a date coming up based on someone I met on Match.
That's all good, man. It's all good.
Just a date. Just a date. Just, okay. It doesn't mean, see, when you see this is the part, people all say, what does it mean? Well, it doesn't mean anything. You're just going on a date that doesn't imply marriage, sex, anything. So you can, it doesn't mean you're going to go and do anything. I had that conversation recently with some people, because I am out there and dating. And my conversation was, listen, when anybody starts to hook up with anybody seriously, that means having, sex with them, then they got to let the other person know.
Right.
Everybody doesn't agree with that, but I think you have to let them know.
Right.
You're dating somebody and then you start having a physical relationship with somebody, you need to let the other person know. They may want to continue with you or they may not. But I think you owe them that to let them know. And so that causes some issues.
Well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna let you enjoy. We're gonna let you enjoy your moment. You don't have. Just let me. I'm gonna traverse this because I want to stay in the lane where you've already said I have a whole bunch of choices, and which is gonna lead me into what I get. I
don't want to seem like a player.
No, you can't do that. You already did it. It's too late. It's too late.
See, Vic is always the reality shot. But that's the way you know how it works. I'm explaining to Vic, but Vic's nah, you ain't none of that.
You got choices, man.
I'm trying to think, but I'm trying to be a good guy. No, I'm trying to be.
Hey, man, what's wrong with that? I think you're doing this. If you were a reality show, you'd be very popular, bro.
Yeah, but I'm not okay. Here's what's so funny. I don't want to run through a bunch of women. I'm done with that. That's Vic. See, I get what Vic is saying. See, this is how, let me tell you how my friends are. They go, Vic's going, it's better, it's a great reality story. It's like the time when I had a major breakup and my writing partner, Irvin Foster, goes, hey, man, we can get some good songs out of this.
Absolutely.
And he said this, Vic. He said, I'm available to go to some concerts. I said, you asshole.
That's right. Benefits. Cause and effect, bro.
Because I'm suddenly in a quandary where I'm acknowledging my lack of a woman and being in the date world not doing nothing with nobody. See, that's where you keep it clean. Keep my body's a temple. Yeah, whatever. My body's a temple, so I'm sharing some of my dating questions because it's difficult. It's difficult, and Vic wants me just to pimp it.
Listen. All I'm saying is, as long as you keep it positive, you got it going.
It's positive,
and if the struggle is that you have choices, I'm going like, who wouldn't want to have that struggle? If you want to call
the struggle is that I do have choices.
Right.
That's true. Right. So that's the struggle.
Now let me go.
And I don't want to be a player.
It's not,
you grasping what I'm saying, women out there?
Nope.
What I'm saying to everybody is that I've matured as a man. I'm saying I don't want to give in to the temptation.
Watch this. Let me give you an idea of what he didn't catch. While he was talking about the concert, he says, wonderful anonymous woman on the side. Now, this may be player, this may not be. Unintentionally, he says, some fine-ass woman sitting next to me. Okay.
I'm not dead.
Wait a minute. So
I'm single.
So wait a minute. And did your anonymous
I was
friend,
respectful and courteous.
Did she do this? Watch this. Did she nudge you on the side and say, Mario, here's some two beautiful women on the side. Did she help you out? Or was she there going, I'm the beautiful woman next to you? So.
No, let me tell you what made it so funny. The three honeys that were obviously there together. We in the fifth row center, Maxwell, the three honeys. They were obviously super Maxwell fans. They was yay. So anonymous date woman said to me, I'm so glad you sitting next to them.
See? So
anonymous date woman said, I'm so glad you sitting next to them because I don't feel like dealing with all that activity. Because they was, yeah. And she was standing up dancing. And when she was standing up and dance, her ass was right about eye level with me where I was sitting. Like here I'm sitting in my seat, right, Vic?
Right.
She jumps up to dance, right?
Right.
And her ass.
Okay, I got you. I got that.
I'm just saying.
I got the visual.
Can you imagine? I'm like trying to look at the stage, and my eyes are going like, God dang.
And doesn't it feel good that you were with a beautiful woman?
I was with a beautiful woman.
And admiring other beautiful women.
And trying to be cool because I'm not going to be disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Okay.
But you know that the good Lord is having fun with you, right? See, I think God has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
I think God has a sense of humor, and he shows it.
Save it for real men talk. See, let me go and give you guys the sports.
Go.
Wait a minute, let me give you the sports and the hot picks. Sports, giving claps and applause because the Lakers are above 500. The vets showed the way. Here's the next thing is Carmelo being scapegoated or scapegoated because, believe it or not, it's already rumored that the players and coaches says he's not returning.
How you a scapegoat when you underperform?
But there's some other conditions that's happening. It's like the almost perfect storm where you go, who do you put the energy towards?
I know, that's right.
So
that's right.
We're just going to discuss what that means for him. And because you compare it, you look at the OKC Thunder after he's gone, and you look at where the team is right now. And their defensive guru coordinator was not around for a while for personal reasons. So all this was probably the questions about that. Also, move over, Greek Freak. There is the Hulk with hops. I'm going to tell you about who that is. And also in hot picks, this is for the ladies because you were already discussing something about the benefits that you have. But recently, of course, Idris Elba's been voted sexiest man alive. And so
he just barely beat me.
Wait a minute. Everybody already knows what the proposition of where he should be and what's the next project and how he will be surrounded with more elevated growth in film and or TV. We're going to look at what we call the considerations that Idris should think about moving forward. That's your hot picks, man.
I know people who love him.
Yeah.
I
haven't run into a woman who said no yet. All ups.
All right, here's the latest hot picks of the week slideshow animation, Vix, with the latest pictures that you did this past weekend with Jose Venegas.
Yeah.
I see you, Jose, out there, super fan. Where you got our love. His place burnt. People's stuff is burning up, Jose. We love you. We hope everything's going fine. You're such a wonderful spirit.
Yeah.
Take a look, everybody, at this video. We'll be right back. Hey, Mario, turn the audio up on the video. What? The brain is the third thing to go. Two for 7, y'all. Miko was looking good Friday night. I told her she was looking luscious. Write her and let her know. Got the 360 live going to y'all. Hey, Mac. Marcel. Barbara.
Hey baby, won't you slow me right down? Come and sit in next to me. You know there's something I just gotta say. I've been trying to find the right words to say this honestly. So hoping I can find a way. 'Cause I've been going crazy just thinking of you. You must be so tired, spending all your time running through my mind. I guess that I'm addicted to all that you do. I could call it love, don't say enough about me and you. Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever see it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm telling time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me. So baby, won't you take a look at me? Can't you see I'm all tied up? 'Cause I'm begging you for your touch, asking you for your hand.
Y'all see pictures of this ice will get me in trouble.
Only words to you, and just words are not enough. But if you give me time and sun, I know you'll understand.
Thank you,
'Cause I've
anonymous
been going
day
crazy
woman.
just thinking of you.
You're a good
You must
sport.
be so tired, spending all your time running through my mind. I guess that I'm addicted to all that you do. I could call it love, don't say enough about me and you. Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever see it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm telling time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me. Cause I've been going crazy just thinking of you. You must be so tired, spending all your time running through my mind. I guess that I'm addicted to all that you do. I could call it love, don't say enough about me and you. Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm telling time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me. Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm telling time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me.
Sight, sound, the body, heat. Morning coffee. Got all our Facebook friends into his house. Sending love out to Jose Venegas. Good morning, Miko. There He was looking luscious on Friday, y'all. Y'all better go look. Ryder. See, now I get to tease it because I think my hair is longer.
Don't be careful now.
I think she even told me, she said, your hair is longer. I said, oh, okay.
That's
know.
cool. That's working, bro.
I guess, man. Vic, I didn't mean to do none of this stuff. Just the way it goes good. Okay, now remember, I got to let you guys know. Tuesday night, Quiet Storm will be here. Got a regular programming for you. So we'll be there on Friday. We have the full agenda as of right now, Vic.
Right. Yes, we do.
And we'll be talking again. We'll be continuing with the Real Man Talk series. Last time we talked about conditioning your mind for forgiveness. So it was a deep conversation, kind of like a nice deep, since I Victor featuring Miko's Challenge, the award winning, is so fun, so impromptu, we decided to put some of that dating stuff in the before stuff. So when I do the Real Man Talk, I've been dealing with some of the personal dating issues. So the responses have been kind of good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, even though I know it's dating stuff, but hey, since you guys will talk about it, what the hell? What the hell? What can I say? Are you guys ready to talk about some news?
Maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. The good news, the bad news. Amazing day, you guys, in politics and in occurrences around the world. Here in California, specifically in Los Angeles, we are reeling. We are reeling under the impact of so many things hitting us at one time, starting with the shooting, the horrible shooting here in Thousand Oaks, then turning into the fire. I was barely recovering from even the news of the shooting when I had to come to grips with the fire, which I actually had anticipated would maybe slow up. I think that was the mistake I made, Vic, is that when it began, because we get fires here, and I thought it was going to stop, but it didn't stop. It hasn't stopped. And so we find ourselves today dealing with a tragedy here in Los Angeles, and so it is difficult for us. Difficult for us once again, even though I will say this, we are blessed because of who we are and the economic and political power that California, Los Angeles has. You will notice we get the best of the disaster interventions. We do. As compared to the Carolinas, as compared to Florida, right. Certainly as compared to Puerto Rico and other places. In California, we are privy to the best disaster responses that the United States can bring, and therefore we are privy to the best disaster responses in the world.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to even get into, what the presidency's comments are in the wake of people dying, and he makes it political. I'll just sit back and say, everything is about containment. We know down here, at least down in Southern California, it will be beyond Tuesday before they can really grapple with it because the Santa Ana winds and the wind conditions are going to continue on through tomorrow. So they're already saying, for the most part, Tuesday minimum, and then you go beyond. I can tell you right offhand that the campfire up north, the Butte one, the one where a lot of deaths unfortunately occurred as well, is 25% contained. The Woolsey fire down here is only 20% contained. So and the Hill fire is the one that, of course, they've been able to surround themselves with, and it's 80% contained. There are other smaller fires, but for the most part, those bigger fires are more in concert with what they call suburban homes and structures. That's what makes this one, this year, a little bit more of what they call all-time disaster and historical facts. Although, say last year, more acreage, but these are fires where they literally said what was going to happen. They said, it is that time, dry brush, the conditions, the winds, and I think they were even talking about it about 3 or 4 days before from California Cal Fire. And they said, we're preparing for this. And it sprouted up just that fast. So we just hope that they contain it, man. I hate to see people lose their homes, man, no matter what their background is, because most of us trip off over a car, but you literally see people abandoning their cars in these fires because they underestimated the speed and how fast they move. They move uphill much faster than they do downhill. So I hope to see that by the end of the week, they're wrapping their arms around it, but they're saying the end of the month.
Well, the president's making a political issue of it, and it's a horrible tragedy that we're faced with, Vic. And some of the comments are just so stupid. For example, the big comment that you kind of referred to earlier was the fact that the president, I had to go find it, and here it is. The president tweeted, with proper forest management, we can stop the devastation constantly going on in California. Get smart. Well, Representative Ted Lieu responded in a way that just sort of puts it right in point. He said, you understand California only owns 2%. Okay? That caught by saying that the tweets were ill-informed, ill-timed, and demeaning, and he reminded that most forests in the state of California are federally managed. California only owns 2% of those forests in the state. The remaining 98% are federally managed. And then Ted Lieu goes on to remind the president, guess who cut funding to forest management? You did.
Right.
You did.
Right.
You did it, Mr. President. And so we here in California are suffering because, again, and this is not new. They tried to punish California when it came to the energy crisis, remember?
Right.
This is known.
Yeah.
So they try to punish California, who they perceive as being liberal, the sanctuary state. So what they're doing now is trying to tell Californians
Right.
to stay and do their thing.
Did everybody see the example? I remember about a year or so ago, everybody was going, look at he's going after the NFL players, and everybody kind of isolated. I said, notice how he turned on that particular group. And I said, oh, so you guys don't think he'll turn on anyone else? I'll say it, and I'll say it before. He only has one allegiance, and that's to his direct family. Everybody else, he will flip you. Like a burger on heat, he will flip you. So to me, for him saying this, I say, isn't this par for the course? So I don't see no surprises. I see an allegiance to his family. Everybody else, you will be served.
Well, things continue, and I remind everyone, too, that before the holidays hit you fully, you're going to have the chance to see a very orchestrated response to all of these things. In other words, part of my predictions is now you have the House. So they're going to be getting ready, even though you have to understand a lot of the things that they do can actually occur before the first of the year. Mm-hmm. So really it's for all about the Congress in terms of the actions they take. But remember, the same committees that have been blocking things now change to a different leadership. And because of that, things happen. Maxine Waters, excuse me, she's going to be in a different position. A lot of folks, things are going to change, and we're going to see those things occur. But I want to remind you of other things, and I think this is most important. While the debate goes on about what can actually be done to rein in this president legally and those issues, while you get to watch that, and even though it's been rumored that the president, that behind the scenes, the debate that's going on is whether to subpoena the president or whether to allow him to answer certain questions in other ways, while that debate goes on about the president, and may even end up in the Supreme Court as the president indicates his willingness to fight. Those things may end up in the Supreme Court, but I remind you, and my prediction is clear, the president's family is different. What you're about to see is the president's going to have to endure watching his family indicted, prosecuted. Back in 5/22/17, if you go look at the report that I made in the predictions, I predicted jail time for Donald Jr. and Jared, and just having them indicted, having potentially Ivanka indicted, having them have to testify is going to be something that's going to destroy the president. Well, let's put it like this. It'll be very difficult for him. He will have to endure that. Not to mention that the fact that the other investigations are going to start to chip away at his financial empire, which he could have gotten away with had he simply kept his own mouth shut. Now his financial empire is going to be exposed. So that's what you're going to see. And we remind you, it's welling up now. What goes around comes around, Mr. President, and they're coming for you. The second story for this morning's news is that the NRA, National Rifle Association, has actually been getting a lot of flack because of some of their responses to physicians. Because I am a physician, a board-certified pediatrician, still with my license, I'm right there in the middle of that group. Because they said, let me tell you, this is what they posted on Thursday. Someone should tell self-important anti-gun doctors to stay in their lane. Half of the articles in Annals of Internal Medicine are pushing for gun control. More upsetting, however, the medical community seems to have consulted no one but themselves. To which I say to these people, fuck you, okay? And this is why you go to war. The NRA is trying to tell doctors to stay in their lane. But let me just tell you, I said, because sometimes the most appropriate response is fuck you, so I gave that. But let me just tell you what the doctors were putting out. The doctors were putting out, wow, it seemed like it was in my lane when I had that 2-year-old with the gunshot wound. Wow, it seemed like it was in my lane where I had to tell these parents of a 14-year-old that their son was dead, killed with an assault weapon. So the doctor's response, here's some of the pictures, Vic, that the doctors put out right here.
Yeah.
I said, the doctors said, so is this my lane? Is this my lane? You know, look at that. Is this my lane? I myself have stood in practice. I trained at County Hospital. I've seen bullets do things you can't even imagine.
Right.
And as running, and in running the ICU at LA County, I had a 2-year-old with gunshot wound through her neck as a passerby. So what I'm saying is, doctors really resented this. The flack has been incredible. And as it should be.
Right.
Because how dare you? How dare you? And to me, what I wanted to say, there comes a time in all these battles where you just simply decide to go to war. You know, I said this before, there are those times when it comes to bullies that you need to not even speak. Just get a few of your buddies, find them when they're alone, walk up to them, and hit them square in the head. Proceed to beat their ass so they understand the new truth. So sometimes you have to go to war. It's time to go to war. I said that before, even about dealing with Trump. There's a time where you go and you say, my 65 is stronger than your 35. Okay? We intend to beat you back. That's what time it is. It is time politically to assert your will on the racist bigots that make up now the minority of this country. Now that they are the minority, it is time to inflict our will upon them. You will stay in your lane. You will act right. You will not threaten people. And if you do, you will go to jail. And we're going to make it so you have to register these firearms. And we won't make it so crazy people can get them. And maybe we're going to provide mental health care for the world. It comes a time where you need to go to war and say, this is what I stand for. This is what I will do. And to me, we're at that time.
You ready for the knock on the front door? Because I'm going to be in the back and just tell them I'm not here.
They probably gonna come get me, but I'm old. I'm old.
No, wait a minute.
I'm old and wearing out.
Wait a minute.
Don't get Vic.
No.
Get the man bun, dude.
I want you to understand. He said it's time to go to war. There is a war. It's a psychological war. It's a social media war.
Fuck.
It's all. So let's just keep it account because somebody, Mar, you do know this is true. Some people take the emotion and the moment of words and say, oh, he's telling me to go out there and do this. Be careful.
Well, I'm not telling. I'm saying to get active. I'm not saying kill nobody. See, here's the thing.
Be careful.
We're not, you notice no leftist people have been out there killing people.
Right.
This is what's amazing. All us leftist radicals, immigration supporters. We're not out shooting no damn body.
Right.
But all these good old boys out there shooting every goddamn body. Who is the enemy here? Who is the enemy?
I just want you to understand. I want to say this in the right way, that there are some people who are touched that don't know the difference between the right and the left, and they're just going,
There's some dumb people out there.
On both sides.
Yeah, so I
On
agree.
both
I don't know what to
sides,
do
man.
about that. It's not my problem. Read a book.
Wait a minute.
Shit.
Wait,
I
Mario.
don't care. It ain't my problem that you're
Wait a-
ignorant.
wait-
Get woke. Stop being ignorant.
I'm just trying to
I can't dumb down everything.
I'm trying to prevent the knock on the door.
Well, we might get the knock on the door. We're not advocating any violence, but we are advocating activism.
There you go.
And
That's
I can't.
what I'm talking
And my
about,
point
bro.
is this: you can't stand on the sidelines. I quote Dante, Dante said, "The hottest places in hell are reserved for those who, in times of great moral crisis, maintain their neutrality." So all of those people out there who want to say, I ain't political, I don't know, you're an idiot and you're part of the problem. Okay? So that's why I said, Dante said, the hottest places in hell for those of you who want to maintain your neutrality.
Right.
When Hitler was killing everybody, people in Germany were going, I don't see it. What you mean? Oh, what? Ooh. So no, hell no. I'm saying that. I'm mad. It's okay to be mad. And now it's time to do action. You need to change your leadership. You need new leadership. And let me tell you something, you guys, all you Democrats, because I'm an ND, but I don't know if that's the answer neither.
Right.
But here's the thing.
That's exactly
Here's the thing, because that's why I say I'm not being arrogant about it. None of us know. We're doing the best we can. We're making the best choices we can. We know the Democratic Party needs new leadership.
Absolutely.
But you also want the experience of organization of the old leadership. It's not a simple answer. It just isn't a simple answer. But I'm saying, thank God we're wrestling with it. That's part of it.
Yeah.
And here we find ourselves.
Yeah, look, my whole thing is that I love what's I said, but people sometimes, there's a difference between patience and activism and then force. And so I always say, the part I like about this, would you say more people are learning about the political infrastructure in the last 2 years than they've ever had? That most people didn't care. They would just vote their line. But you're going to find out when people go into a political war what that means. And so the part I've already been satisfied with is how the youth movement has inserted themselves in these positions where people say there's a cleansing that needs to take place, and we're going to do it by the platform that's afforded to us. So I see the change already. I feel very confident about what's happening because there was a wave, and I like the idea that you have to go in and have new blood injected, and there's this new way of getting what they call stop holding on to what you want to see other people change, make the change for yourself. Is to follow what you just said. Go out there and do something about it. Because people give speeches all day, and that's what politicians do all the time. They look for the speech moment so you can get mobilized by that, and after that, they go back and do the dealings with money. And between you and I, Mario, we know this. What's the percentage of difference between a Democrat and Republican when it comes to the money? Nothing.
No, they vote. Historically, the parties agree on approximately 90% of the budget. Can you imagine that?
Thank you.
If you and your old lady could agree on 90% of the budget, that's a happy-ass marriage, ain't it? So the Democrats and the Republicans, they agree, historically.
Yes.
So this shows you why I'm in the, but I don't even know, once again, that is the answer.
Yeah.
The point is that the stuff is ongoing.
Yeah. And I love the change. I'm literally going, pretend like you didn't have Trump. There was this bed of beliefs of people who existed waiting to be able to say,
well, I'm with you, Vic.
We feel this way.
Right.
And they needed somebody to come out and be their torchbearer. And I said it existed all the time, so I'm not surprised.
No, it existed all the time, and one can make the argument that these things are causes by the universe bringing the issues forward for us to deal with. In other words, it was under the surface, right? Mm-hmm. That gets me to the final point of today. My final point is that historically, when I have looked back, because at this point in time, I recognize that I went through the civil rights movement. I was in LA's first busing program. And I want to remind you all that we almost never recognize that we are part of it when history is being made. And I want you to take a moment to look around exactly at what's happening today on the news and in the world at large. History really, really, really is being made. And it's happening right there in front of you. And don't let it pass you up. At least be aware so that you can decide where you want to fall. What will you have done when you look back at these very troubled times? What did you do? Where did you stand? What was your position when these things occur? And because of that, I want to remind you that it is important. For many of us, all we have is our integrity. Here at Pack Stereo, it's very dear to my heart the things I speak on, the things I say, and the issues I tend to bring to you. I do it because of a true commitment to making better the position of my fellow man in this world. Join me. Let's all become more active to making the world a better place. I'm Mario Hemsley. The good news.